Not many games have an amazing fan base that have dedicated artists and massive figures in their community. Very few games are afforded that nice luxury. Amori is one of those very few games that actually manages to pull off an amazing fan base. But unfortunately, with every single community, there comes controversy, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. This is the story of Maromi, who found herself at her wit's end after being attacked by a passionate fan of Amori. Just like fanfiction, or the entirety of 4chan, some ships were never meant to be taken seriously. However, some individuals have taken this non-canon activity to a whole new level. Today, we'll be discussing the unfortunate experiences of Japanese artist Maromi. It all started when Maromi followed Twitter's accounts that drew art of pairings she didn't particularly like. Little did she know that this innocent act would lead to a series of accusations and harassment. In a translated statement posted on February 19th, Maromi shared the extent of the alleged harassment she had endured from her critics. For the first time in my life, I received an English DM. The content is, I am following an account that draws pornography of underage characters, but are you aware? Of the two accounts presented at the time, I have never seen one posting a sexually portrayed artwork, and the other one was posted in overseas Fansanto in a form that was correctly zoned. So I liked their account. I don't think it's a problem, I replied. Obviously, there's a massive cultural divide here. In Japan, lolicon art is completely acceptable and commonplace, but over here in America, it's not acceptable whatsoever and actually completely illegal. Although from Maromi's statements, she doesn't actually endorse or like that kind of content whatsoever. It just so happens that she followed an account that may or might not have even produced that kind of art. And it just so happened that an English speaker was going through her follower list and saw that and ended up confronting her and harassing her over and over again about it, not understanding the massive cultural barrier between them. Maromi only refers to this person as A. Apparently, A accused her of condoning the sexualization of children, branding her a pedophile and a pro-shipper, a term that was originally used to describe someone supportive of shipping, but now has been misused and skewed as a label for crimes, which Maromi allegedly does not even participate in. The conversation quickly escalated, and Maromi decided to end the back and forth by just blocking A. Unfortunately, that was just the beginning of her troubles. A would launch a smear campaign against her, spreading out-of-context excerpts from their conversation, warning others about her and her supposed pro-shipper tendencies. Other users in the English-speaking Amori fandom started receiving warnings about Maromi, claiming that she was involved in inappropriate activities or even accused her of being a pedophile. These false rumors started spreading rapidly, fueled by a growing cultural gap in understanding between the East and the West. As the situation worsened, Maromi decided to address the issue, publicly sharing her experiences and discussing the differences in fandom etiquette between Japan and the English-speaking world. She emphasized that in Japan, all depictions are allowed in fiction, as long as they follow zoning regulations. Maromi received an overwhelming amount of support from not only Japanese artists, but the majority of the English-speaking Amori fandom. However, she also warned her fellow Japanese otakus about what she referred to as the American Yakuza. She highlighted how the term pro-shipper had weaponized some individuals to target artists who primarily spoke languages other than English. Maromi expressed her frustration with the growing ambiguity surrounding the term pro-shipper, and how it was being misinterpreted and used to attack artists based on their personal preferences. She urged fans to engage in respectful discussions and understanding, rather than resorting to harassment and baseless accusations. The controversy surrounding Maromi's case brought to light the underlying issues within the online fandom communities. Ship wars and disagreements over fictional pairings have existed for years, but the rise of social media platforms amplified their intensity and reach. What was once a lighthearted and creative activity has turned into a breeding ground for harassment and toxicity. The anonymity of the distance provided by the internet often makes people forget that there are real individuals behind these usernames. They become consumed by their own opinions and beliefs, forgetting the importance of empathy and respect. It's crucial for fans to remember that fictional characters are just that, fictional. Harassing and attacking others over shipping preferences is unnecessary and harmful. Now, it's important to know that this does not mean you're allowed to ship minors or be a pedophile or ship things that involve incest. That is completely unacceptable, but to start wars over regular old silly fun ships is absolutely weird and unacceptable. The case of Maromi serves as a wake-up call, highlighting the need for better communication and cultural understanding, and the promotion of healthy fandom environments. Artists and fans alike should be able to express their creative interpretations without fear of harassment or false accusations. They have to express them responsibly, though. So what can we do as fans and members of this community? It starts with education and open-mindedness. Taking the time to understand different cultural perspectives and recognizing that fictional depictions do not equate to real-life actions is essential. Instead of fostering toxicity and division, let's celebrate the diversity of interpretations within fandoms. In the aftermath of the controversy, Maromi continued creating her art and found solace in the overwhelming support she received from fellow artists and fans. She remains steadfast in her beliefs that everyone should be free to express their love for characters and their interpretations through shipping, as long as it's done responsibly and respectfully. As the curtain falls on this tale of harassment and misunderstandings, let us understand the importance of empathy, respect, and a nice open dialogue. In the world of fandom, let us strive to create an open environment where everyone can share their love for their characters without fear of judgment, as long as it's done respectfully, responsibly, and without going outside of the bounds of the law. I just want to take another moment to say, this does not mean looking at this kind of art is okay. If it's still in between two minors, or there's a minor in general, or a minor and adult, or a brother and a sister, it is still not okay to look at. I do want to promote inclusivity in this video, and I am a strong advocate for everybody has different culture, but even though everybody has different culture, it is not okay for this to happen. I do understand that they are from a different culture, but it does not mean you as an American or a Canadian or an Italian should be allowed to do this kind of stuff. It is illegal in multiple different countries. I'm going to show a map of what it is where and where it isn't illegal, just to show you like, hey, this is still not a good thing. I completely understand the controversy that happened, but this is totally up to you, the viewers, to decide whether or not she was in the right or in the wrong. General consensus on Twitter is that she was in the right. This is a relatively small bit of drama. I'm finding this very, very late as well. I found only one article about this and no YouTube videos about this, so it's very new. And nobody really knows about it, so I feel like this is important to bring to light. Once again, I am not making any of these videos to harass anybody. These videos are not hate videos at all. I'm watching you, YouTube. You always give me problems with all my videos I post. So this is not a hate video. I hope you all enjoyed the video anyway. That's gonna be about it from me. This is Basil Rose signing off. Thank you for all your love and support once again. Goodbye.